The coronavirus pushing unemployment to its highest level since the Great Depression.
20.5 million Americans unemployed in the month of April.
Record unemployment because of the coronavirus. Tens of millions of Americans out of work and in desperate need of help.
The job situation in China is looking grim. One forecaster sees the unemployment rate almost tripling last year's number.
The IMF says over a quarter of the population hadn't recovered from previous economic crises. But with millions now unemployed and key sectors like tourism in limbo, some are forecasting a social services emergency.
Record-setting job losses here in Canada for April, the first full month of the economic shutdown in the COVID-19.
I lost my job. What next? How am I going to take care of my family? What am I going to do? It is very depressing. It is very frustrating. Thinking about how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to eat? What am I going to do when I'm already in debt? During these situations, on the surface, you want to be calm and controlled and collected. But deep inside, it's nerve-wracking. You don't want to share that with your family. First of all, you're thinking, it won't help. Even if you share, it will just make them worry too much. You just feel that you want to keep this burden with yourself. There are actually 3 choices when you lose a job. The first choice is you go back and get another job. Maybe you polish your resume, you set it out in all the job search websites, go to workplaces and hand your CVs, and you try to find another job. In some cases, you might get a similar job that pays you the same, or maybe unfortunately, you might need to pick a job that pays you less, or in some cases, the skills that you have are no longer relevant for that job. Now, this is one scenario. The second scenario is you could start your own business. Now, some people think, oh, you know what? I got laid off and I'm going to start my own business. I would always state out loud that the worst time to start a business is when you have no money. Because you're desperate when you don't have a job. And you can't make wise decisions when you're desperate. Most entrepreneurs are not entrepreneurs. They are employees suffering from entrepreneurial seizures. The employees are thinking that, oh, you know what? I could do better than that, or I could create a product, or I could go to Instagram and start my own business. But many people don't have the right business skills to make the business work. Just like not everyone is supposed to play golf. Not everyone is supposed to be a basketball player or a singer or a dancer. You can play as a hobby. Same way you can play business as a hobby. But to be a professional entrepreneur, that's a whole different story. So you need to ask yourself that, are you ready to do that? Are you in a viable position to invest and work hard? Now, the third scenario is that you could develop a high income skill. A high income skill is a skill set that can make you $10,000 or more per month. It is not a job. It is something that you know and have expertise in. You can go to marketplace in exchange of money. You could be a website or a graphic designer. You can be a copywriter. You can be anything if you are good at it. There are so many different high income skills out there. Now, why is high income skills so important? Because high income skills give you financial confidence. And financial confidence equals income at will. Meaning, you have the ability, you have the capabilities to generate income at will. Your income doesn't depend on economy or company or some investment. It depends on the only person you can count on is yourself. What gives you true security and peace of mind is the high income skill. Although times would be tough right now, this is what separates us from those who go further down into the spiral to those who come out of this on the better hand. You have that choice now. I just want to show you that there is some light that is at the end of the tunnel, even if you can't see it. So if you have been recently laid off, I just want to encourage all of you. You are probably meant for so much more. Just because of the fact that many jobs have put you aside, it doesn't reflect anything on you. You have so much more to give. And how you can give is by having a business, by finding another job, or by developing a high income skill. Either way, there is always a silver lining to all of them. I just want to encourage all of you to look at it and believe in yourself.